Hey, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. Woo, we're shooting the tea today. I'm going to answer some questions that I don't even know if you care, but some people have asked, and some people may care. So, and I'm going to show some of my favorite things based on a question that I got, but I will share some things that I'm loving lately. If you like these types of videos talking about cruising, travel, and reviews, and just some daily shooting the tea type of stuff, go ahead and like this video, and don't forget to subscribe for some upcoming adventures. I am planning some good ones, so don't forget to subscribe. Alright, let me start answering some questions. Am I going to continue to be cruising? Yes, you will be seeing cruise content. If I'm on a ship, you will be seeing it. I'm just waiting to get on a ship. We were supposed to go in January. If you didn't see my last video that talked about cruising and the ships that I'm still wanting to go on, check out, I'll put a link up here, wherever it pops up. Is my channel becoming a hiking channel? No, it is not. My channel is cruising through life, which means whatever I'm doing in my life, whether it's cruising, hiking, doing other types of adventures, travel, weekend activities. I don't want to put in, early in the pandemic, I was doing some like vlogging around the house. I think 2-3 videos ago, I don't even remember when, I kind of said I was going to slow down a little bit on that just because I felt that I was kind of repetitive with things. So I won't be doing those. I think if I have content, I'm going to be putting it up. I'm trying to put up content at least twice a week, normally Tuesday and Saturday, but sometimes it could be Wednesday or sometime on the weekend. Maybe it's a Sunday. It all depends on kind of what's happening. All right. Another thing is that I was asked is Saydee. A lot of questions about Saydee. How old she is. She doesn't get along with other dogs. She doesn't play well with others. Yeah. So Saydee is about 7.5 years old. I got her when she was 2 from a shelter. And if you didn't see my I Got Robbed story, that is why I got Saydee. Again, I'll put another link up here if you didn't see that video, but how she came into my life. And she is a black-mouthed cur, and when I got her from the shelter, they said she doesn't get along with other dogs. Now, I believe she's gotten so attached to me that she doesn't get along with other dogs a lot because I'm in the space. She has gone to my son and daughter-in-law's, and they have a great big dog, and she got along with her dogs. So I'm not sure if that is actually a true statement that she doesn't get along. I know she doesn't care for little dogs a lot. I am very mindful of that when I take her places. That's why when I go walking with her, when I take her anywhere, I'm very mindful of her being around other animals. And that has been a deterrent in me being able to take her some places, which kind of sucks. But I love her, and she makes me feel very safe. So that is a little bit about Saydee. I think that answers all the questions about her. There was one other question, would I take her on like a weekend hike? I actually would. If it was just me doing it solo and I was able to do it and I felt safe and comfortable in the place that I was taking her to, and she was able to go because some places don't allow dogs because of wildlife, you know, bears, mountain lions, whatever, then yes, I would. I'd take her. Another question I had is how am I adjusting to the iPhone? Well, what I did is I set up the iPhone almost identical to my Samsung phone, which actually I think that has helped. So if you ever are going to be switching, they have made it to where there's widgets, and I'm hearing that this is all new even to iPhone, that a lot of these widgets and things like that are still pretty new in the iOS 14 update, which happened several months ago or last year. I am used to widgets a lot. My work Outlook, email, calendar and stuff, they were all in widgets on the Android, and that is one thing that I do miss. I think I do have a widget for the calendar. It looks very different, and but nothing for the email. So I literally have, it's just like, it's an extra little step where you have to actually go in, where normally I could just open it or slide to the page and I could see the emails there. I also missed the notification bar that's on the top that I get with Android, rather than having to swipe down and see all the different ones. They had a notification bar on the top. So those are a couple of things that I'm missing. Otherwise, I pretty much set it up almost identical to my Android, and it's been, by doing that, I think has really, really helped to switch. I did have a Samsung watch, so I got a Apple Watch, and I'm getting used to the capabilities of it, and also the basically I use the Vis for my steps and my health and stuff, and that's pretty much still in what I'm using it for. That's all I really use the Samsung for. That's pretty much all I'm probably going to use the Apple Watch for. It doesn't need to do anything beyond that. Oh, would I ever do a through hike? Yes, I'm actually planning that with my friend Letty. And we are planning the Trans Catalina Trail through hike. And that whether we do it in 2021 or early 2022, it is our goal. There are good and bad times to do it, but I think it doesn't matter because it is Catalina, it's a beautiful island. And it would be beautiful to see what else it has to offer except for what you do when you go into port on a cruise ship. And this actually goes from almost like, I think, one end to the other. I can't really know, but it's like 40 miles. And you typically can do it over 4 to 5 days. That is one that we are planning, and hopefully we are going to be working on ourselves mentally, emotionally, and physically to be able to make that happen. There's also a financial aspect to it, and I believe also we're doing things in stages. So every month, based on what our budgets are, and we're going to be picking up things to prepare for that particular one. And once we have everything set, and our campground set, and our transportation, because you have to take a ferry or a helicopter out there, then we will be set to go. We've already figured out an itinerary and a budget, and now we're just figuring out getting all the items, and then we'll figure out when is the best time to actually make our reservations to go. I think we wanted, like, not jump the gun because we're still new and we don't want to go too fast and then have to cancel reservations because we're not totally prepared. So we want to prepare first and make sure. I mean, we're so excited, like let's do it, but then we're like, oh, what if we're not ready? I want to be ready. I'm more of like I want to prepare and have a timeline, and then say, okay, now this is when we can do this. Oh. Another one is the Camino de Santiago, and this has been years in the making for this one. I read a book a long time ago, more than 10 years ago, possibly 15, on the Camino de Santiago. I'll put it up here. I don't remember the author's name. I'm sure it's going to come to me as soon as I click off this video. And it was so profound and so emotional of what that journey was to do a pilgrimage, is because it's not just a through hike, it's a sincere pilgrimage, and I feel that is, and it's been around for centuries. I have wanted to do that. It's in Spain. My father's background is Spanish, and I just feel that it would just be, I think, a very emotional I don't want to say religious, but spiritual journey. There you go, spiritual journey. And so that is what it's been on my list. It's about 500 miles, and it starts in France and it goes through Spain. Oh, anyway, so that's a big one. Have I ever thought of doing like one in the United States, such as Pacific Crest Trail, the Continental Divide, or of course the well-known Appalachian Trail? I have not. Those are months journeys, anywhere 6-month journeys, and that has not been on my radar because obviously I could not take 6 months off of work. Other ones are a little more realistic for me. So what are some of the hiking stuff that I've been loving and like really leaning towards? How long does it last and stuff like that? Well, some of this stuff is a little bit new to me, but one of the things that I've had for about 6 years, I got them right after I moved here, was my hiking boots. And I did some research on some hiking boots, and I ended up finding a store at an outlet that's near me for the Merrell boots. And I bought them. I went in. I was able to go in and check them out because that was one of my biggest things. Is unless you go to like a high-end store like REI, even like Big 5 or Dick's Sporting Goods, some of the pricing can be pretty high, but I figured I was going to the outlet, maybe the prices would be a little better. And it was kind of an outdoor kind of store, and it's not there anymore, which sucks, but they had them there, and they had kids sizes, which I can wear kid sizes, which, if you don't know, if you can fit into kid sizes, they're about half the price of adult shoes. Big tip there. So I tried on these boots. They were ankle height, you know, to your ankle, like a low ankle. Low ankle. Anyway, not super high boots. And they were $25 on clearance, and they fit me perfectly for $25. And they're really like over $100 for some of these boots. My goal is to get a pair of low Merrell boots. No, Merrell shoes, more sneaker style. And I've been looking, and they have the kids MoaB, MoaB FST, which is like a superior traction type. They are waterproof. People say you don't have to have waterproof shoes because if the water gets inside, your feet are going to get wet anyway. That's what I kind of hear. I haven't actually had that kind of issue yet. I did pick up a new pair of water shoes with more of a shoe-like rather than a flat, flimsy surface on the bottom. And those have actually, they're pretty new. But I had another pair, and they actually work really well. And that's what I wanted to continue with, just in case you had to walk across the river or anything like that. I would prefer not having on my tennis shoes. I would prefer water shoes. But I picked them up at Walmart for like, I don't know, I think they were like $6-7. I don't think you need expensive ones. They just need to get the job done. Yeah, I can also wear them around camp and walking around, going into the showers at a public place and stuff like that. I think that's what's good with some of those shoes. But the Merrell boots and shoes are my go-to. I also have one pair of Fila tennis shoes. They actually have the best traction any of my tennis shoes. I have Under Armour and I've had New Balance, and the Filas, they are really good. So I take those. I took them on my hike up the Flume Trail. I had no problem with those shoes walking down the steep hill. They actually had very good traction. So you just have to find what's going to work for your feet. My biggest thing is getting good moisture wicking socks that have padding on the bottom. And I have bought the Dickies, and I have another one for like low shoes, but the Dickies are high for my boots because I like to pull the socks, pull them up on my leg, put my boots on, and then pull the top of the sock over the top of it. That's just how I do it. I don't know why. I think what I feel is like the sock won't drop down into the shoe and then cause like a bulge down there. But I did find some small ones for my feet, and I'll link them below. I got them recently, maybe like a month or two ago, and they are a game changer in walking. I never realized how much until I started wearing them. Very much so. For basic clothes, I just basically wear, you know, I wear just leggings. I mean, leggings, and like most people, I mean, I don't think that's anything different. You'll see me on most of the hikes. I'll be on a tank top. I'll wear a t-shirt every once in a while. It just depends on the weather or if I'm kind of being local here. But mostly a tank top. And then if I'm cold, I'll put a long sleeve shirt over it that can be easily taken off and thrown in my backpack. A couple things that I think are critical, and one of the brands that I love is Baleaf. I think it has its own website, but I get them on Amazon. They actually have leggings. They have moisture wicking long sleeve shirts. Those are the ones I like to wear. They're a little longer in the back, which is what I like, especially wearing things with leggings. And also, we purchased, my husband and I, the rash guard, you know, to wear over our bathing suits when we went on cruise water activities things. And so we have their rash guards, and good quality and not overly expensive, which is what I like. But they have a lot of different types of outdoor type of stuff. They even have swimsuits and things like that. But one thing I did pick up recently is my wing jacket, and it folds into this little pocket in the back, and there's like a little loop here. But you just kind of tuck it in, and I've done it. It's not difficult. I mean, it's pretty much works all the same, just like, you know, your backpacks and things that fold up. And so I got this, and so this one's really comfortable, nice. It fits me pretty well. I bought an extra large, but the reason for that is because I wanted to wear layers underneath it, because this would be kind of your top one of everything. Like if you put a whole bunch of layers underneath because you're cold, this one would go on top, especially if it's raining or a little moist outside or something like that. That would be your top one. So I got an extra large, but I have the puffy jacket from Baleaf, and I bought this in the large. Now I am super wide in the shoulders, and I have more apple shape, what I call an apple shape. And this one fits pretty good. It's actually a little longer than the light blue one, the rain one. And, but I really do like it. This one also folds up super small into like a little tiny pouch, and I've done it again, and it works out pretty well. I have worn this underneath this, and it has fit just fine. The only thing I think on this is that I wish the hood kind of rolled up into its own little thing, like this one does. It rolls up, and then it goes into this little Velcro area, you know, but it's fine. I mean, it's okay. It's not like a deal breaker. I do like the fact that this elastic isn't too tight to where I feel like it's bulging on my thing. And then this on here, it's a Velcro, so I can tighten it to what I feel comfortable with. I do like that. Oh, so that's some of the things that I like for hiking in regards to clothing. That's pretty much all I take. Just tank tops, long shirts, and then jackets to keep you warm, and some leggings. I do wear a biking short every once in a while, but it's not that often. One of the big questions I got, like kind of the one that probably everybody wants to know, is that I was talking a little bit about my weight, doing once a month type of weigh-in type of thing, and I just kind of stopped. It wasn't for that I didn't want to share that information. I think what it was is that during the holiday season, I thought I'd really fallen off, but I will share with you today. I weighed on January 1st, and I swear I wasn't going to weigh again until 90 days into 2021. Just to see how I do. Just to see how I do. I did weigh once just because I had to go to the doctor, and I was kind of worried about it. In fact, I have to go to the doctor for my annual today, this afternoon, and that'll be interesting. But on January 1st, I was 172.2, and so I think I lost over the whole year and kept it off was about 4 pounds. I can't even remember. I'll put it up somewhere because I know I weighed on January 1st and it's in a video. And I want to say it was 176. So I want to say it was about 4 pounds. That's not bad. Now, before January 1st, I think I fluctuated between 169 and 170. I kept going back and forth. I wanted to be in the 160s for sure by 2021, and that didn't happen. It is what it is. But at the 90-day mark, I'm going to weigh myself, even though I have to go to the doctor and get weighed. My big thing is I'm giving myself 90 days. Saydee and I are walking about 2 to 3 times a week, and each time we walk, it's about 2 to 3 miles, depending on how she's feeling. And because sometimes she's like really a go-getter and feels very active, and then other days she's struggling a little bit because, you know, she's getting a little older. So I try to watch what I eat Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends I relax a little bit, which actually I still think I do pretty good. But there are days when I just want to sit down and eat loads of, you know, I want a French dip sandwich and some fries, you know, which sounds really good. But, I mean, there's things like that where you just kind of gotta, you know, give in to that craving, because otherwise, for me, I will obsess and then I'll eat everything. So I don't mind giving into the obsession and eating a smaller portion at that moment rather than waiting and then eating like a whole bunch of stuff later. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I believe I do have to lose some weight though. And it will happen eventually, slowly but surely. But I'm not going to obsess over it as I've had in the past. I figured it will come with me just moving more and just slowly, you know, thinking about what I'm eating. Anyway, well, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a little like and don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Have a great day.